Bloomerinos. It's Keleas here with Keleas.com, and I know these florals are stopping your scroll right now. You can't stop. You gotta look. You gotta come in here. You can't help it. We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna create a wreath with these today. These products came from our monthly subscription box called the Blooms, Berries, Branches, and Buds box. If you want to know more info about this, just type in the comments BBBB or text us at 832-734-5201. Text us BBBB Box, and I will know you want the information about this subscription box. So guys, this one comes out the 10th of every month. This one is from 2 months ago. So it included everything you see here, plus some gorgeous Easter picks. And we're going to create a wreath that is not necessarily Easter. It's just going to be beautiful florals. And we're going to use all of these pieces in there. Well, we may not use them all, but we're going to use quite a bit. So while I get this space cleared up, let me tell you about the BBB box. The BBBB box is Blooms, Berries, Branches, and Buds. And what that stands for is, of course, what I just said. But it is a monthly subscription of gorgeous florals like these killer peonies, and of course the other pieces you just saw, delivered directly to your door. The cost of the box is $79.97. We haven't gone up on that. You get a $100 value of products, so you're getting 20% off the products that are in the box. Shipping is depending on where you are located, the cost of shipping. So it is a no-brainer. If you make wreaths, you love to design, and you're not sure what's going to go together or what coordinates, that's the advantage of joining our subscription box, is that we take all the thought out of the process and just send you beautiful things that coordinate together so you have a winning recipe. And every month I do try to use the boxes. I'm a little bit late doing this one, but I do try to use the boxes so you'll see what we're creating. Okay, so we're going to be doing a design with this one. And a common question we get about the subscription boxes is, how many wreaths can you make out of them? And that just depends on how big and how much you put from each project in there. I would say usually 2 if they're the smaller wreaths. If you make a really big one, maybe just 1. But it just depends on how much we put in there and how many fancier bushes or how much more basic bushes we have each month as far as the value goes. So these are 2 premium bushes in this one right here. So they took up a lot of the cost because they are just these gorgeous pieces. So I started off with that yellow spray in there, and I just trimmed off and cleaned up the ends. And we do that because we need it to be nice and neat when we put these in our wreath base. So I'm going to take each of these and shake hands. This is exactly what I would tell you to do. If you were in our design school class, I would take and separate these out, okay? Y'all, and if you haven't ever been in our classes and would love to join them, I know so many of our Bloomerinos are here watching every day, our Keleas Bloomerinos. But if you haven't joined our class, it opens up twice a year, and you can definitely get on the wait list for it at Keleas. So it's just like Keleas.com, K-E-L-E-A-S, designschool.com. Let me break this one down too. This is the great filler pick. It's actually a bush. It's large. And this we're going to break out into several pieces. So I'm going to take and, before I even shake hands with this, I'm just going to start tearing it into pieces. And we're going to start to lay out our perimeter of this design. So I like hand wrap pieces so I don't have to cut. That saves my wrist. Guys, I've had a couple of hand surgeries, so try to take good care of my body when it comes to creating, because you have a tendency, if you make things to sell, you sometimes can overuse your body, so we want to be careful with our hands and our wrists. So tearing is nice because it's not using one specific set like cutting is. Okay, we're going to take these, and the next thing, you see all the little papers here, I got to clean it up, okay? Trim these off so we get nice, neat ends, and I'm just going to put them over here in my little pile. So we take that one big bush and we make it into all these smaller sections, which is going to really help us in the design we're going to be creating with this wreath. So let's bring these over. Continue to trim them off, each little stem. We'll be kind of manipulating them a little bit more and doing the final handshake with them as we place them in. Now you're going to need some Spanish moss too to cover your mechanics, because we are going to have a lot of insertion points into the space, but it's going to be worth it in the end. I promise you it's going to be floral-rific. Okay. I'll make up a new word every week for, you know, juicy, floralrific, floral freaks, whatever we are. I think we're all of that every week. We literally are. All right, let's start off first. I'm going to come in with our beautiful yellows, and let's get those equal placement around the perimeter. So you'll see me going in here, giving that a swirl into the glue pot, and then I'm going to press it in. Okay, there's my first piece. And I'll grab some moss to cover up any glue. Sometimes it goes in where you don't have to worry about covering it up, guys, and it just, you don't see the glue. But in most cases, when you're first going in here, you're going to see the glue. So take and just press it in, and then I'm going to make sure it's going in good. And then I'm going to cover that glue with moss. So if you've never seen me do that, that's literally to cover the glue. So 98% of my wreaths are going to be sold, so I need to make sure they look really, really professional. And I just call that covering my mechanics. Okay. So I'm spreading these out equally around the perimeter. And I'm just doing that so I get a nice distribution of the yellow. Okay, sometimes in the BBB box we get you get multiple picks. Sometimes you just get one, because this was a fancy, expensive one. Look at this; it has that Springeria in it, Dusty Miller, so pretty. Okay, yellow's in. Let me put a little bit of moss over here on that one, and I see a little bit there. You have to hit that glue while it's hot, though, or it won't stick. So get it in quick. Alrighty, now we're going to come in between each of these with some of the fun little wildflowers. So I'm just going to work my way around. I'm going to put one behind each of the yellow clusters. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can pick out some that have, let's see, we have purple and yellow. It doesn't really matter. Just go in right behind it. That one, and that will also help hide the glue a little bit. We're tucking that right in, and that one has a fern, so show that fern off, baby. And then one here, let me see if I have here's one with little white berries and a fern, gorgeous. And I'm gonna put that one in right behind also. Keep placing them in. All right, okay, so now I have got these larger open sections, and I'm going to go now right in the center of that with the next pick, okay? We're still using the very wispy ones from that one bush. That's what I like about that one bush. You're getting so much out of it. Literally, so much. Okay, one in the big open sections. You can see I just keep working my way around. I'm looking for the ones with ferns. I'm going to use those. Let's see, I have fern, I have a fern. We'll use this one here. Just trying to, in this type of design, equal distribution is kind of nice. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's kind of that wildflower look, but a little bit goes a long way when it comes to that. And you can see we already have a great shape starting out, don't we? Come right between. All right. Now these pieces, we're going to hold these as we come more to the center in a little bit. And we're going to bring over a couple of the other beautiful wildflower picks that were in there too. So I'm going to bring these out, and I'm going to put aside those, and let's start to get these in. We'll prep these the same way. I'm just going to take and tear it. Now you can use fewer sprays and tighten this design up towards the center if you want to get more projects out of your box. It's up to you. So the advantage of getting the subscription box is you didn't have to think about if any of this was going to match when you were on our website ordering. You knew when it was delivered that those decisions would be made for you by a professional. Y'all, and I've planned these boxes out months ahead of time. So literally I'm picking out products I know you're going to love working with. Now this is a different type of stem you may have never worked with. These are paper flowers. These are literally wired, these cute little berry stems in there. Just love all that texture. So I'm going to keep taking and tearing these down. And as you can see, we continue to tear. And then I'm going to clean up the ends of them. I'm just going to clean these up. And you're doing that because you're getting all this paper out of your way. All right, so I've got, those were 2 different bushes and they are ready to go. And I'm going to continue to add these. I'm going to take, and each section, we'll start here at the top. I'm going to put 1 in here. Just tuck it in. Oh gosh, this is gorgeous, y'all. Then I'm going to bring 1. I'm going to do all 1 color to start so we get it equally distributed, okay? So just keep pushing it in behind. Keep rotating it. Comes this one. And make sure you're going with this into those open areas that need filling. Like in here, we need that to see it completely filled. I can see a little bit of moss here. Glue. I'm always saying glue and moss. Design school students probably are tired of me saying that wrong, but they still love me. I love them. Sometimes the words come out. Oh my goodness. I'm drooling already. Now, we're going to add this pink because we are going to be using that pink peonies. So we got to pull in more pink. We got a lot of yellow, but we want to dominate pink now to make those look great. So we're going to do the same thing. Now, I'm going to find any hole I have. The biggest hole I have, I see right here. I'm going to start there. And then we're going to equally present these in as we work around. Oh, dang. I love that. Oh. Y'all, I just get so excited when these are coming out so good. Juicy. Literally juicy. Get in here. I got glue. Oh, I somehow picked up a hair in the glue pot. Sometimes when you do that, you get that little glue string hanging in there. Ooh, wait. Y'all, blue merinos. Telling you. You could stop right here if you wanted. This is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't even mind the grapevine showing in the center. Just watch out for any glue you might have showing. I see a little bit right here. Okay. Happy with all of that. Now, grab that peony bush. What the heck? The Keleas.com sign was rogue. All right. We are going to be using this peony bush. I love it. We're going to take and push these all the way up. Okay? All the way up. I love for those leaves to work as cover as we do the center of the wreath. So they're going to cover up any mechanics. We won't have to use as much of the moss. Okay, see how they're all pushed down? All the leaves are down? All the leaves are down. Okay, cut these to about 3 inches. We're going to trim the whole bush. We're about to go to town with this. This is some of my favorite stuff to do, y'all. I'm just kind of trimming them. And you can back off if you wanted to get a couple projects out of this. I know you could, but I'm feeling like we need to blow it out of the water. Okay, these are filler pieces. We're going to pull those to the side, and I'm going to start to separate my heads out. Okay, there's a little head. These are big heads. Head is the floral head, okay? That's a small one. Filler, little head, big head. Y'all, you know, everybody likes a little head and a big head. Either way, we got to have both. There's a little one. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large heads, and it looks like I only have 4 small heads. So we're going to take, and really quick, what I find the easiest to do with these is just tuck them in first, okay? They are going to be at an angle rather than straight up. I like them at a slight angle. So let's go big one, big one. I think those need to be a little closer. Just gently tucking them in. We don't have to glue them yet, because we got to watch our placement. All right, nice. Those are in beautifully, and they're going with the flow. We picked a flow, and we just stuck with it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Now, in between each of these, we're going to put a small one. Okay, I'm going to have to skip one area, and I chose to skip right there. And in there, we'll pop a little white flower. And I'll try to pop a little white flower maybe right here. And here. Look at this. All right. I'm happy with that. The only thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to bring, once I glue them, I'm going to tilt the heads back just a little bit so they face front. Oh, so juicy. Let's start down here. Start right here. So I'm going to just give it a swirl in the glue pot. This is why you just love the glue pot. You're not pulling triggers, not causing any hand injuries. Give that a bend. I'm just going to back this up a little bit. Okay, and I want these heads looking up. Okay, let's put the little greenery right in here. A bit of extra greenery. Bend that head up. Pretty. Now I'm going to come in with this one. Just tuck all that out of your way as you're gluing it, and we're going to rotate this around. Pressing it into the grapevine, twisting it up, and then that way the metal part is going into the grapevine, and then the flower head can sit up for you, okay? Here's our cute little white flowers. Okay, so that's going in like that, and then I'm bending it up. And all these leaves are going to hide all your mechanics. Okay, so that's what's happening when you're putting it in. Just love this. This is so stunning. Okay, I'm going to pull that out. Okay, we're going to keep working our way around. This one is a little more time consuming, but it's okay. You can find pleasure in just enjoying the process. Bend that. Put this one in. We're still working around. I've got one more greenery, and if I put it, oh, there's a flower here. We got to put the flower in first. Perfect. Now this other big head. So the key to this project is kind of measuring out what you've got before you get going, so that way you have equal distribution as you go around. That's the trickiest part of it. So you get a nice fluid look when it all comes down to it. Oh, I bet I sell this right away. This is gorgeous. I love the pink close to the center mixed with the wildflower look. I love that. That's just gorgeous. Is this one glued in? And this is our last little flower here. Gotta make sure I got it going in, bend it up. And then I'll put a little greenery, the other greenery pick in there too. Everybody's nicely glued in, nice and tight. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, make sure those heads are sitting up. Give them more of a bend. Make sure they're kind of coming in there. Now take the florals on the outside and make them work between the flowers. Bring them in a little bit to make it a cohesive. Look at this. Are you kidding me? This is gorgeous. Now, grab those few pieces we had left, okay? I'm going to use these a little bit in the center to kind of break up the straight lines of the middle, okay? We're not going to go crazy with this. Now, it's real important you stay with the flow you chose from the beginning. Otherwise, you will mess up your design, and it will look cluttered instead of clean and beautiful. Okay, I'm tucking this in, and this is just going to kind of break the plane just a little bit of those gorgeous florals. Oh, y'all, you've got to get our subscription box. You don't want to miss out on the next one. The next wreath I'm making together with you with all the supplies. You'll have them right at hand when they come in. Isn't this gorgeous? I love that. I like breaking the plane of straight lines in my pieces, so you're going to see me doing that. Just when you thought it was neat and clean, no. We're going to change the script on you a little. Oh. And that took and softened those lines of these darker leaves on those petals. Here's two pieces together, so I'm going to just take and trim that off. These are kind of the smaller pieces, and we'll use two of these together. And I'll give them a swirl. We're going to push these in right here underneath. And now I don't have to hide those mechanics as much because I've already been doing it. And we did it. A gorgeous pink peony wildflower wreath. Y'all can make your own. I know you can. Guys, grab a spot on our text list at 832-734-5201. You won't miss a thing. You can also go to textclee.com to sign up. I will see you next time, and I hope you're following, liking, and subscribing wherever you're watching so you don't miss any of the floral fun that we're having. All right, Blue Merinos, this wreath teacher is out. I will see you next time.